You are listening to GHP Radio, powered by iTrackRadio.com, your independent music source. Fresh, new music, right here on the all-new GHP Radio, your new independent music source.
Till you get everything you like. Alright, there's no need to rush. Whisper when I get it right. Oh, relax your mind, baby. Keep you satisfied. If you scream, it's fine. Tonight we're going all. Won't stop till you get enough. Good loving all night, yeah. Can't stop till you get enough. Ooh, baby. Girl, I just wanna love you all the way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, good at loving all night. Can't stop till you get enough. Oh, baby. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's go all the way.
the stories we can tell, so reflective. Can you feel the rush from the waterfall? So pure and not cold. Can you hear the sweet now harmonies of children begging on their knees? How can this be? We gotta share the love, we gotta do what's right. gotta do what's right. Too many children dying. We gotta fight for their freedom and set them free. Yeah. We gotta set them free. Oh yeah. Them scream, we can see the tears as they lay in silence. It's the darkness they feel, so set them free. Please set them free. We gotta share the love, we gotta do what's right. So many children die, we gotta fight for their freedom and set them free. Yeah. We gotta share the love, we gotta do what's right. Too many children dying.
There's a smile upon my face whenever you come around. When I need it, you seem to know. You looked at me, you grabbed my face and said, pack your thing, let's go.
Don't you like it?
Sure do. Take a first class flight, Hawaii night, sand between our feet.
Trade the better,
Trade it in, girl,
for the sweet.
for the sweet. Then you hit me with that super love and knock me off my feet.
Everything you did to me,
Do it again, girl.
do it again, baby.
Ooh, baby.
Do it again.
Do it again, girl, yes.
Give me more love. You're my friend.
You're my friend, man.
It's that friendship thing.
Do it again. You never break me down. Catching feelings, feeling real. I need some time to rearrange just how you feel. Cause I'm used to being by myself. But everything you add to me is so good for my health, yes.
We like it.
I like it. In the heat, a first class flight, Sahara night, the sand between our feet. Yes, trade it in, girl, for the sweet. Then you hit me with more super love, you knock me off my feet. Hey.
Everything you did to me,
Ooh,
do it again.
Tasha, I'm sorry, baby. I'm not gonna be here to make our little meeting like we planned. But we'll get together real soon.
Another sleepless
Love you.
night.
Bye.
I wanna be close.
What's this hold you got over me? I ain't in control, it's so crazy.
What the hell is going on?
Sleepless, restless, weary night after night. Missing what we share, it feels so right. I love your tone,
I love it.
the way you speak my name.
Rasha.
Waking me from my sleep, for you are real.
Where are you?
Only to find that you were never there.
Baby.
Did you really want me? Did you care? Can you feel me? Can you feel me? To me.
I wanna be close, baby.
Baby, can you feel me? Can you feel me, baby? To me. Closer, closer. As darkness falls all over my heart, the part that beats you seems so far.
Please come home.
Calling,
Please,
I
baby.
need you, and I know that you want me to.
I know you miss me.
Come on, back home.
Come on back home, baby.
It's for me, baby, that your heart longs. I need you here, right by my side. I'm lost without your love. You've been my guide. Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Close to me. I wanna be. Can you feel me? I need you. I know you need my love and sugar me. Let me break it down right here. No matter where you are, no matter.
I think you should know that
I can't sleep, I can't eat, I can't think without you close to me. Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Close to me. I wanna be closer. So close, yeah.
just like that.
You know how to love me every day. You try to love me in every single way. You want my heart, so we're never apart. Baby, take my hand and tell me where to stand. You know you want me. And I know I want you to. Baby, all we gotta do is keep on keeping on till the break of dawn. You can keep it strong. You can keep it strong. Keep on keeping on till the break of dawn. Till the break of dawn. You can keep it strong. My heart is for you. This I'm saying is true. You got me hanging on everything you do. So baby, tell me how you want me, baby. Tell me how you need me, baby. Tell me how you like it, baby. You know you want me. And I want you too. Baby, all we
mic off for tonight. It's one of those nights where you've been all my life. You smell so good and you're dressed up nice. You know I'm so hooked. You got me shook, baby. You drive me crazy. You want me to chase you in the fast lane so I can get next to you. Through stormy weather and rain, you remain in my brain. To be with you, I'll do anything. When I'm with you, love taking chances with you, and every night and day you're making me happy, so happy, it's satisfying. Oh baby, I missed you constantly. The same about me. Oh so crazy, but in a good way. And for you I will do anything.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this edition of the Indie Live Spot. I hope you all are having a great weekend so far, and we're very excited today because we have a wonderful guest, and she is just a fantastic vocalist, and she's going to tell us a little bit about everything about what she has going on and what she has been doing. And I am talking about Pat Hodges. Welcome, Pat Hodges.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the invitation.
Absolutely.
I'm so glad to be here. I'm so glad.
Well, we're sure glad to have you here. And of course, I have Joyce Spencer, always every week, and Ray Mack. And then, of course, our guest host, Mr. Vaughn Coulter, happened to join us today. So thank you, sir, for coming on with us and hanging out with us today to welcome our music guest today, Miss Pat Hodges. And I want to send a special shout out to Mr. Andre Pittman for setting this thing up. Yeah, from Enthrone Records. So welcome again. Welcome, Miss Pat. We really appreciate you coming on today.
Well, Gary, is it time? Can I do it now?
Okay, yeah, if you want to do that. Before we talk with Miss Pat Hodges, we're going to let Joyce do something really special right quick, okay?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Well, there was a young man out there who's married to a beautiful princess. His name is John Taylor. Her name is Cynthia Taylor. And they've been together for 14 years and married for, Cynthia, forgive me, I think it's 5, 6, somewhere around there. But anyway, they are celebrating their anniversary, and they have chosen my geographical location to do that, and that's in Dallas, Texas. And I just, on behalf of GHP Radio, who John Taylor, as you know, is the CEO, owner of Taylor Entertainment Group, and coordinator of the International TEG Jazz Festival. And I'm honored that I just became a signed artist with his group, and I'm honored to be a part. And that's why I want to just wish you two and everybody else join us in the chat room and here and celebrating their anniversary and wishing them a happy anniversary here, celebrating here in Dallas. But, just show them some love because, John Taylor is very into independent artists. And not only that, he loves women in music. And Pat, you know what it's like for women to be in music. So, so I just, everybody give him a shout out and wish him a happy anniversary. So on behalf of GHP Radio and also Gary, tell them GHP Radio was also broadcasting his last International Jazz Festival live. And as a person I had a gig in Houston, I couldn't be there, but I did listen, and I'm telling you, it was so great. If it sounded that great over the radio, I know it was off the chain in the audience. So thank you, John and Cynthia. Cynthia is also an awesome jazz vocalist herself who was at the same festival. So I just want to tell you two how special you are and celebrate your anniversary.
Congratulations, John and Cynthia.
Congratulations, John.
Yes.
Cynthia.
And you guys deserve some time off. I know you guys been really busy, so enjoy it while you're off.
You know it, don't you, Gary?
Yes.
So, okay, now back to regularly scheduled program.
Excellent.
Yes. So hello, Miss Pat Hodges. Thank you for being here today. We're happy to have you here. We're so excited to talk to you today. We know you have some wonderful things to share with us, and we're gonna actually feature a little bit later. If we talk to you some, we're gonna feature your. I think it may be. Is it your latest video, the Love Revolution?
Yes. We just it came out last year. A little around the first of this year.
Okay.
We really started promoting it and playing it and getting it on the various media circuits. So I've been kind of doing this. At least a year.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And it just seemed to be so timely with all the craziness that's been going on in our nation and in our world. The fact is, the only thing that can conquer hate is love.
That's right.
So it's time for the revolution.
Yes, I love that message. I really enjoyed the video when I was able to view, and I was just really impressed with it, and it was just refreshing to really see and hear that. So
thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Now I would like for you to kind of take us back a little bit. We want to know a little bit more about you. I know that you back in the day there you was with the group Hodges, James and Smith, right?
Yeah, that's us. That's Hodges, James and Smith. Yeah. We were together. Lord have mercy. We were physically together almost 11 years. And we had 4 albums, and they did about maybe 22 singles. Because when, it was a time on a record company, they put out singles, bang, 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 bang. 45, and then the CD came out, and maybe it was cassettes, and then it was CDs. And they would just put singles out, and that did help sell albums. We never reached that 1 million mark, but there were a lot. It was a lot of. We reached a lot of people, and Europe was especially good to us. We traveled all over, and they were especially good. They treated us like stars already. So they were, who are y'all? We family union, and whatever that is. And I said, no, we are Hodges, James, and Smith. Oh, are y'all law firm? Oh, they had all kind of things for that kind of a name. We got it. We got the name because, like Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So that was the idea. And then Hodges, James, and Smith was actually in alphabetical order. So that's how we settled on the name. It took a minute, but that started to really feed through that name.
Wow.
You know, and then we were all black, you know, but we were singing. We didn't sing R&B, R&B, R&B. It was more pop, pop. I don't know how to. It was like pop gospel because the harmonies made it real gospel, and the sound. It was like a wall when our harmonies came together. And so we would do songs like, we actually did songs like Free Again and Feelings and Can't Hide Love and stuff like that. Those are songs we
That was that wall of sound or sheets of sound.
It was like a wall.
Yeah.
I can hear that. I can hear it.
Yeah, I
know
can
what
too.
you're talking about.
Yeah.
So I'm a passionate person about harmony. It's especially vocals. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's awesome. It really is.
We did a song called I Got to Be Me, you know, the old song.
Oh,
whether
wow.
I'm right,
Yeah.
whether I'm wrong. We did that, and it was in harmony. And I said, you know what? This is my favorite one. It wasn't an original, but I was like, wow, this is that wall of sound. You know? Yeah. And we were produced by a man called William R. Stevenson, or Mickey Stevenson, who was the A&R man of life at Motown.
Oh, Mickey Stevenson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That was my producer and manager.
Yeah. Wow.
That's William Stevenson, right?
Yeah. William R.
Okay.
William Stevenson. And he also, I was in several of every play he wrote. Seems like I was in. He did a play called Gospel Truth and Wings and Things, TKO, Showgirls, and right now we are preparing to do a show called Sing It From the Heart. And this show is about Black iconic women in show business.
Now, is this actually going to be a stage play?
A stage play? Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. A stage play. Okay.
A stage play. In it is we have Bessie Smith, Diana Washington, Dorothy Jackson, Harriet Jackson, Lena Holmes, Eartha Kitt. I'm missing Eartha Kitt, Josephine Baker.
Right. All right.
And it's telling their stories and how difficult it was, but what did they do? They got through. They didn't give up their talent. They kept using it and working it, and they became stars.
They're famous. They are very famous.
And very famous. Lena, everybody remembers the Wiz now, although she's gone, but people remember. But Lena was
Stormy weather.
Stormy weather.
Yeah.
And Eartha Kitt, you know, she only had the record, but she did her stages performances were like incredible.
Yes.
Incredible.
Yeah.
You know, and they all went through hell. They went through hell. Lena didn't go through so much because she had a daddy that said, look, my child is not going to do these maids and all like that. You're going to treat her with respect. But then they really didn't give her the right that she was due. She never got to the point to where she should have.
Yeah.
In acting, because she was an actress and singer, everything.
And a brilliant one,
it just tells these stories about these women. And I played Bessie Smith. And you know what a crazy woman she just didn't care about what, nigga. Let me tell you one thing.
That's how
I will lay you out as you're standing here. I'm gonna knock you out. Don't mess with me. Don't mess with me. So it's a joy to do this show. I mean, I love it. I love it.
What?
When does it start? When does it start?
In September.
Okay.
So,
Starting in September, and we're starting here in Los Angeles.
Okay.
And then we're just gonna do the tour. We're going to Chicago, Detroit, Texas.
you coming to Dallas?
Dallas?
Yeah, I hope so. Dallas.
So they need to. They need to come to Dallas.
No.
They need to. Plus, we got a pretty nice location called Black Arts and Academy, because I am one of the executive producers of the Sam Cooke story.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
well then hook her up then, Matt, since you put it out there.
Yeah, well, we have to hook up because we can. Unfortunately, hopefully, Broadway.
Oh.
Yeah, that's our.
Because those are all, historically speaking, brilliant women.
Brilliant women.
Brilliant, and what they, I think that they were brilliant in spite of.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
And to hear their stories, you're going to be amazed. Some of the stuff.
You're like, how did
nobody heard some of these things,
right?
That they had. But it was in those times. You can sing and perform in the clubs, like at the Cotton Club, but you couldn't sleep there. You had to walk through the back door. You had to walk through the kitchen in order to get to the stage. Things like that would just want to hurt your feelings. But what did we do? I mean, they progressed forward and became great in Black history with women. Women was doing it. And it was just as fun. For Black people, geez, it was incredible. They have some incredible stories in this show.
But you just think during those times, Black people had a hard time to actually break into the industry, to move it, because all they wanted to do is step and fetch. That's all they wanted to do is step and fetch.
Step and fetch.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And play maids and butlers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Field hands and
Look how great Ethel Waters.
And house Negro.
Oh yeah.
Great talent, actress, and what else she was her name?
Yeah, she was one of the most versatile.
Versatile.
Her versatility was amazing.
She did it.
Yep.
While washing clothes, she did it all.
What's the name of the actress who won the first Black woman or Black
McDaniel?
person in an Oscar?
Hattie McDaniel.
On it. I'm sorry.
Hattie McDaniel. Hattie McDaniel.
Hold up. Freeze. Okay, Bob, what was her name? What was
Hattie
her name?
McDaniel.
Hattie?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hattie, yeah. How she said, well, I could be a maid making $700 a week or $7 a week.
Wow.
So she played a maid in one of the classic movie. I'm sure at the time she didn't know it was going to be a classic movie.
Right. Gone with the Wind. She was in Gone with the Wind.
Yeah. And when everybody knows the line. I don't know nothing about birthing no babies, but anyway, I was in the hospital with my friend, and she was in labor, and it was coming. I ran in there and said, "Y'all need to come, help me now, because I don't know nothing about birthing these babies." And the whole staff started laughing. They knew what I was talking about. So even when that movie
now the lady that
I was born, but I like her comment about that. She made it work to where you're gonna pay me for this. And even when I'm forgetting names, the main actor, when they were going to a preview and they said she couldn't come because she was Black.
Yeah, that was Clark Gable.
Clark, yes, yeah. He said, well, I'm not going either. If she can't go, I can't go. And she talked him out of it. She said, no, go. I mean, and that's the kind of that you mentioned it. That's what I want to hear, because even with all that, she had a sense of character that says, no, I appreciate you, but go ahead and have a good time. and she won an Oscar, and she was not even allowed to go to the preview or whatever they called it at the time.
Yeah.
Right.
The premiere.
The premiere. Thank you. That's
Yeah.
what it. It's still called that. But
And they were going to sit her up in the where we were only place we were allowed to sit was up in the balcony.
Balcony, right?
Yeah, she couldn't sit on the floor.
You know, I thought about that. You know, Irving Theater here. It's a theater here, old historical landmark theater here at Pat in Dallas. Now it's owned by two men, run by two men, black guys, and now the balcony is a premier spot for VIPs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
isn't
I
that
walked
something?
up there.
Isn't that something?
I know, really.
I was out there in LA, and I went by Hattie McDaniel's house.
Oh, really? Nice.
It's and I wanted to go in. I started to go in, but they had the gates locked. But her house is
Oh,
still.
you're gonna sneak in. You're gonna steal your way in.
I was gonna try to go up in. Yeah. Like I'm telling her, say, hey, yeah, that's Hattie McDaniel. My last name is McDaniel. That's some kinfolks.
Oh, that's right.
I put it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, see, I don't know because she may be a relative, but I already know this here. We all came off the same plantation.
There you go. That's what I was about to say. McDaniel, that's
Yeah,
Irish.
we all off the same plantation.
Mm-hmm.
So.
One of the other characters.
Couldn't hear you.
You know what her life was like.
Back away. I can't hardly hear you.
It's kind of fading out a little bit.
Okay, one of the other characters.
Okay, back up just a little bit. I think that's what it is. Back up and go more center. Now say it. Let's see if we can hear you.
Dorothy.
There you go.
There you go.
And you know what her career was like, trying to be.
Oh yeah, because she was married to Otto Preminger.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, they weren't ever married.
And no, they were never married, but he was such an abusive husband. Oh my gosh. Sad story.
I
Very
didn't
sad.
know they weren't married though. I didn't know that.
Not Otto Preminger. She was married. She married Nicholas, the dancer.
One of the Nicholas brothers. Yeah. I think it was Fair.
Fayon.
Yeah, Fayon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they had one.
Huh.
And he was very abusive. Very abusive.
He was too?
Yes. Oh God. And then the women, never being true to one woman, so that was another.
One woman or one man? You said one woman or one man. You said they never true to one woman. Or you true? Oh, okay.
No, he was never true to one woman. No, he didn't.
Where'd you get that from?
No, I just heard. No, I heard her say they wasn't true to one woman. Okay, then. Because she faded out somewhere in there. That's the part I caught.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I was with you, Pat.
She wasn't true to one woman.
Well, he was a womanizer. Okay, Mac, how was that?
He was.
Yeah.
But yeah, her struggles were real.
Yes,
oh. But let's talk about you, Pat. I know that you're talking about Hodges, James, and Smith.
Yes.
And this was a Motown sign, right? It
No.
wasn't? Or
It happened
I
to
was
be
from Motown.
Yes, Mickey Stevenson was Motown. Between Smokey Robinson, Mickey Stevenson, Berry Gordy, they were Motown. They built it from the ground up. Well, he came to LA, 19, started his own label, Venture Records.
Okay.
And we were one of the first artists to sign with Venture Records. He was married to Kim Weston.
All right.
So Kim came out here with him, started the record label, and we were like the next artist to sign with him. And we stay out. Well, I'm still with him. I'm Mickey, because he wrote these plays. Gospel Truth and all that. He wrote these plays.
Wow.
Did the music, and Hodges, well, James and Smith of Hodges, James and Smith had both passed on.
Oh, and I was going to ask about that. They have. Okay.
Yeah, they had.
Oh.
They passed on. So God left me here for something.
I know that's right. Well, how do you think gospel music has influenced all the music? I guess a lot, huh?
Answer your own question, didn't you?
I know, right? Because I'm looking at her face. She's like, girl.
Answer your own question, Joy.
Oh, her face answered it.
Let me tell you.
All right. Let me sit back. Talk to me.
Well, when you get used to being in a group, it's like I always had them on my side. They were always with me. And then when they were gone, it was like, wow, I really got to be out here by myself. But I can't stop. I can't stop. If I stop, I'll die. This is as plain as that. So Joe, I think about those ladies of old. They started in groups and they did what they had to do. You got to do what you have to do. You do what God is. So you just keep pushing forward. Keep pushing forward. And I got to make it. The gospel they came. Well, gospel has always been an influence. We all grew up in church. Every last one of us. I grew up in church. My mama kept me in church. Danita's mama kept her in church. And Jessica's father and mother were ministers in the church in Detroit, Michigan.
Wow.
Detroit.
Now, for those who don't know, those are the other members of the trio. That she's talking about.
Danita and I, we're from LA. We were from Los Angeles. But gospel, I mean, I don't know what I would do without that. I have to sing. We sing in almost 2 services every Sunday. Myself and my daughter. And I don't know what I would do without it. It gave me the hope, and it gave me the love and the energy that comes from God. And plus, He gave me the gift anyway. I couldn't do any of this without Him. So it meant everything. Gospel is everything. And as a matter of fact, before they passed, we were preparing to do a gospel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We were preparing to do a gospel. We were picking songs, doing rehearsals, getting ready to do a gospel album. And they passed pretty much early.
How many months early?
Huh?
How many months earlier, or were they close in passing? Like,
how long ago did they pass away?
They passed 6 months within each other.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's rather close.
Yeah, Danita passed in June of 2013, and then Jessica passed in January of
2014.
Yeah, so it was like 6 months. I only had 6 months to get it together because they left me with that. That was
I know that's kind of hard, but when a person passed 2 or 3 days, one passed, and a couple of days later the other one passed. That's really hard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was 6 months. That was the hardest 6 months of my life.
I bet you
can imagine.
Because I had my auntie and my grandmother pass. It was a couple of days apart. And then I have just here recently, I had an uncle and an aunt less than 30 days apart. And, you know, when my grandmother passed and my auntie passed, I questioned God. I questioned this. Because why would you let this happen like this?
Yeah.
And this lady, Miss Cooper, came up to me. She told me, son, God got a plan, has got a plan for everybody. This was his plan for your grandmother and your aunt. Don't question him. And I ain't questioned nothing since.
Okay. You said Mother Cooper? Mother
Yeah.
Cooper.
Mother Cooper.
Yeah.
Your Mother Cooper speaks.
Yes. You better
Mother
listen.
speak, you stiffen up and you listen. I know about that.
Yes.
That's really hard to
When the
understand.
mothers turn around at church and do this.
Yeah, you know you're in trouble then.
You know you.
When they turn around and look at you,
Ooh,
Yeah.
boy, she
With the hat on.
I was standing out on the porch. I was on the porch of the house.
Never forget
Boy,
those looks.
I'm
boy.
questioning cussing. I'm questioning cussing. She came out there and heard me say, boy, you need to quit all that cussing and don't question God. He's got, well, she was on my butt.
Well, you know, I think that it's okay to ask a question to God.
But, you know,
You know, how could this be? And I know not no man. I don't get it. I think that's okay. But and then because you know, my God, why has thou forsaken me?
well,
you understand?
Mm.
You
said that on the cross.
See,
but then again, it's okay to have a mother to say, okay, calm down. I understand what you're going through. That is normal.
Yeah.
But have faith. You know, you may not understand it right now. Just wait some time.
That was the hardest part in my life. That was the
I'm understanding it is what I'm saying.
Right.
I get it.
Yeah.
I do. That's what I'm saying is that I do empathize. So when people,
Sure.
I hear people say that, I don't condemn them because I'm the same way.
Mhm.
You understand?
Yeah, because that's a traumatizing time, and you know,
Exactly.
you know, you're gonna have all kinds of thoughts. Why? You know, why?
Yeah.
So yeah, I get you.
When my cousin was like, a sister died at 45, and I see these ruffians walking around careless lives. Why you took her? She's a good one.
you know, my wife has been gone 4 years, and I'm still here. And I figured God has a purpose for me to fulfill.
Yeah, Ray.
So therefore, I'm trying to fulfill this thing, this void, or whatever it is, before I get up out of this camp.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't even question him when my wife passed. You know, because she's always said, I want to go home. I want to go see my mom and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Years, you know, when her mom passed and stuff like that. Because she and her mom was very close. So when she left here, I was not even there. My baby boy was there, and he called me because I couldn't stand it no more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I came home.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
And so I'm sorry about, you know, was it Demita and Jessica? Did I get their names right? I'm sorry about that because it would have been really cool to meet them as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now I did see where that maybe did people like compare you guys to since you were 3, did that compare you to the Supremes at all?
Tried. But you know what? Being Mickey and being from Motown, he gave us the same kind of training that was given to the Supremes. The Supremes didn't just do it. They did acting. They had to sit and with a lady that taught them how to fold their, you know, cross their legs and how to speak. We learned how to speak on television and how to be articulate, not be ignorant. You know, so when we got together, we did like a workshop. We had dance, we had drama, We had vocal uh,
Training,
coaching.
coaching.
We had speaking, learning how to speak articulate. You know, and how
Y'all, you
I
haven't
got
had
a
a,
wrong word right there.
so you had an etiquette coach.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and his brother, Lonnie Stevens, was our drama coach.
Okay.
So we were able to be in plays and do shows and do all those kinds of things because we had to train. And that's how you become a great artist. You don't just jump up and it happens. No, you got to study. You got to train. You got to know your art. Know who you are. Know who you are. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Right.
But Pat, I say that myself, Joyce, and Gary. I'm gonna leave mine out of this. We don't have any type of training to be broadcasters. Don't. But I think we do one hell of a job because hell, I know I'm good and I know they good too.
Amen.
And see, the thing is, we train ourselves to do what we do. Myself and Gary, we've been doing this 23 years in November. Before a lot of these internet radio stations was out there, we was one of the first.
Wow.
You know? So we've been doing it that long, and I guess every time we look up, we're mathematics, we come up with something new and different.
You're a genius, right? You're a genius.
Don't pat me on the back.
Look, that head, it won't fit in the frame anymore.
No, I'm just sitting here and it's like,
enough.
oh my God.
Say balloons,
Ain't big
balloons.
But see, it's just like yourself. Your two co-hosts, not co-hosts, but the two females that you perform with, they gone, but God left you here for a purpose.
Yes.
Oh, I was in church.
I have to talk to him every day.
Yeah.
I had some comfort in believing, well, at least they in the choir together.
Uh-huh.
Maybe they needed went to heaven. No. They're singing together, and I know Jessica is leading the choir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know she is. She was the leader with us. So, yeah, So I got comfort from that.
I can understand that fully.
Well, let's let Vaughn and get a word in edgewise. I know you have some great questions.
I was just kind of curious, Pat. Now you're originally from Shreveport?
No, Los Angeles.
Oh, okay. So
right here, Los Angeles,
I got you. Okay, now
people are from Shreveport.
I didn't reveal that about myself when I told you I was 20 miles from Atlanta. I'm a born and raised Comptonite.
Get out of here. I've been living in Compton. I went to Centennial High School.
Oh my goodness! Wow. Hello,
yes.
You went to the 10?
Apache, baby.
You went to the 10?
Yes. And I've been living in Compton now, maybe 10 years we've been living here.
Wow.
Right.
I was born and raised in Compton.
Wow.
Yeah. I went to Dominguez High School.
You went to Dominguez, okay.
Yeah. And
that was a rival.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. Well, it was only 3 high schools in Compton.
Yeah. Wow.
And I was just listening to you and everything, and I was putting 2 and 2 together. I said, well, she must have been in LA when Motown moved to Los Angeles from Detroit.
Yeah.
And brought all of their team with them.
Right.
And so, that was an amazing time for LA,
yes.
An amazing time for Motown because think about all those acts that came in and got signed to Motown when they moved to Los Angeles, you know. And so I'm sitting back and I'm like, just listening to the conversation. I said, I'm gonna put two and two together. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna find out we probably know the same people.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, and the thing is, and it's just it was funny. I was talking to my older brother early this morning, and he still lives. Well, he lives in Long Beach right now. But we're all
that ain't nowhere from Compton.
Ain't nothing nowhere from Compton.
Right.
So it's just he was talking about the strike and the going on right now in the Southland, which we used to call LA, and so and he was talking about Compton has given the whole. It's a whole vibe from that little town right there. Yes. Yeah. And it's like it's infectious because it picked up across the country. And Compton ain't bigger than he's about that big. It kind of affected everything in the country because Compton is like kind of grown and it's got its own vibe and it's got its own feel for things, But it's always known for violence and gangs and all that kind of stuff. But it's a lot of people from Compton people don't know about.
Well, they're saying that nothing good could come out of Compton.
That's what they've always said.
They've always said.
Yeah.
I'm here and I'm from Compton.
Oh,
that's
look.
right.
Speak on it.
I'm the same way.
Speak on it.
I love that little town,
Me too.
and so it's done good for me. And I came here to Atlanta, and I've been acting for over 30 plus years. And so I've had some opportunities to work in film and television quite a bit. And so I represent the city in which I come from,
Right.
We've got the Anthony Andersons, we got the Selenas, you got the tennis twins and
right.
And, we had Duke Snyder grow up from Compton High and we've got so many different athletes from there and stuff and it always was a wealth of talent coming out of there.
It sure was. But
I just want to ask you about how, when you were at Motown and doing all of this stuff, because I'm kind of surprised. I didn't know Motown had a gospel group. I was just, how did that happen?
No, we were never on Motown.
You were really on the label though, right?
No. With Mickey Stevenson, who was Motown.
Right.
He started his own label here in Los Angeles.
Okay.
Called Venture Records.
Victor Records. Okay.
And his wife Kim Weston was also on the label.
So when you were doing your performances and things like that, you run into the circles with James Cleveland and all of those?
Oh, definitely.
Because you mentioned gospel, and I was saying you had to run into
DJ Rogers.
Yeah.
DJ Rogers was actually my cousin.
Wow.
Yeah, he was married to my cousin.
And the Hawkins brothers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Edwin and Walter.
And Walter, yeah.
And Tremaine.
Tremaine
started one of our shows called Gospel Truth. I did a show called Gospel Truth. And Tremaine was one of the actors in it.
Really?
Wow. That was a
wow.
What a lovely. That was the most. Oh, so sweet.
Yeah.
Oh my. And what's her name? Jennifer Holliday.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
She played well. My role was the mother in Gospel Truth, and she came to get a few weeks in the show. So she was very interesting woman, very interesting. But she shut up. Unless really long, really.
I heard you say Kim Weston. We interviewed Kim Weston a little while back up there in Michigan. Yeah, she was a good interview.
Yeah.
She's still wonderful.
Yeah.
She is still wonderful. She has been doing Europe.
Yeah.
They've been calling her to come and do Europe, and she's still singing like I got still in mind. crazy from her. She can hold a note. That Kim can hold a note forever, forever. But we got a lot of our training from her. She was just accessible. Kim was wonderful. I still love her today.
Yeah.
My mentor. Yep.
I mean, earlier you were talking about the training that you received in your trio with Jessica and Demita. I do think that's important to have training. And because what that allowed you was to be ready for anything.
Absolutely.
You were ready. You want me to act? I got that. You want me to do this? I got that. So now your career, because when we interviewed from Switch, Mr. Ingram, I was going to say James, but Phil Ingram, who was Switch, well, he had all kinds of training. So even when Switch ended, for lack of a better word right now, because it never ends, actually, he was able to do TV, music, all his career just continued and continued. So I like that they prepared you for interviews. They prepared you for this because they're preparing you for success. And I think Motown, now that we know, Mickey, I think you said his name was, is that people like that, they trained you and got you ready for success. Because one of the things that Phil said, Switch, when their last single, one of the guys in the band, when Motown, Barry Gordy, said, it's a good song, but you need to work on the lyrics. But one of his bandmates or whatever said, no, the lyrics are fine. And that's when things started going down. So don't resist the training or the advice of people who already know what it takes to succeed. You don't go in a classroom in college when they're training you to be a lawyer or a doctor. No, that's not how it goes. They've been there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I mean, you can always improve on what you have learned and take it another step. But that training, that advice, because I always feel like Gary and we're in the music. We're indie artists. Gary's more on the producer side. I'm more on the performance side. And Von Coulter is radio, TV, movies. He's out there. And yeah, he's done a lot of stuff. And he probably has the best knowledge base of music than any person that I've ever met.
Oh my gosh, stop. Stop.
He knows everybody, what they did, when they were born.
Historian.
Yeah, he is. There you go, G. Historian.
And I just show up.
Well, Mac is the comedian of the group. Keeps us in stitches.
Keep us laughing.
Yeah, but I think that Von, you've been on the movie Flash, Drumline. You've acted with some, he's kind of shy about talking about himself, but he's been in a ton of movies. And I'd like to see you do more, Von. You're amazing.
You know, the thing, I just want to say this. From what's going on, I'm glad I'm sitting in where I'm sitting at right now. Because the industry, I don't know, I can't explain it, but there's this dark forces working in it right now. And I'd rather stay in a zone where I have peace of mind, and I love what I'm doing. Radio has always been a passion of mine before I went to, while I was in high school. And when I got to LA City College and was a broadcasting major, it was just like, wow, the light bulb went on, and I got some of the best training I've ever gotten as far as broadcasting is concerned. A lot of, I've got, just being in the classroom with announcers and presenters of, what to do and how to sell commercials and how to actually program a radio station and all the other little things that go into it, and same thing with television, I was studying that too, but I've always been a child of the media. And, the thing about it is, and I think Pat can confirm this, growing up in Los Angeles, one thing about it, you're going to learn a lot about the media there. Television, radio, film, all of that.
All here.
you're going to become immersed in it.
It's all here.
It's all there. Yeah.
Beautiful.
But you just think a lot of it's moving out there. A lot of it's moving into Atlanta.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. You know.
Yeah.
And
That's a big guy, Tyler Perry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That beautiful studio there now. That all the.
And I caught it just when it was beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have been on Fort McPherson. I've been on that base, that Army base.
Yeah,
I've been on that base.
It's amazing, huh?
Before they closed it and everything, and the last several years when Tyler bought it, it was an amazing base.
Yeah.
It's about it.
Army bases out.
It took up about maybe, I want to say, it could have been a city within a city. That's how big it is.
Yeah, that's how big it is. Yeah. If you come down there to Fort Hood, it's a city within a city.
Yeah, it is.
So you have places like that.
Yeah.
Especially these Army bases, just like if you go to Oklahoma, to Lawton or Fort Sill.
Right.
Pretty good size on that base too. Then you have Tinker Air Force Base. It's pretty good size too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much them all.
So but like I said, Tyler done the best. He bought McPherson, and I think him and TD Jakes was coming with some kind of something down there that TD Jakes gonna do. Can't remember exactly what it was.
Right.
What did he just buy BET and was it BET and VH1? VH1?
Yes.
Yeah. He just bought that.
I'm amazed he did it. I'm amazed. I'm happy and amazed, and he's still alive.
Well, the thing is,
I know what I'm talking about too.
The thing is,
like, oh, she said it, didn't she? I'm serious. I mean,
well, you look at it like this, George.
Right.
He bought it, and
I'm happy. I'm happy.
I am too, because you know why? It's gonna be a more of an outlet for blacks. It's gonna be a more outlet for us. For as movie goes, TV shows and different things like that. That's that outlet. What you think BET stands for? Black entertainment.
I know.
Yeah.
We all know the story. That's why everybody's quiet.
Yeah.
But it was bought out by Viacom.
Viacom.
Yeah, Viacom first picked up BET because Bob Johnson sold it to Viacom.
Yeah.
And it's been like floating out there, and Viacom really didn't know what to do with it. It still don't know what to do with it.
Still don't.
So, but I think there was competition.
That's why they really signed with Tyler Perry.
Well,
right.
But you know,
he had a constant flow of material.
Mm-hmm. Right. But like they on UPN on TV UPN.
Yeah.
That was mostly black actresses was shows that was coming on there, and the WB is gone.
Well, you were saying something, Pat. I missed the end of it about Viacom. I missed it.
Viacom bought BET.
Right, and something after that I wanted to hear, but Max started talking and I missed it.
Tyler Perry. The reason why they signed Tyler Perry is because he had a constant flow of material and shows.
Oh yeah.
Like Viacom did not know what to do with it.
He got plenty of content. That's the truth.
That is the truth. Oh my God.
Because
they didn't know what to do with it, so they needed somebody like a Tyler Perry to keep, giving them in. Because he left Oprah. He was with Oprah. And Oprah.
He was in Oprah.
Right.
He was with
Yeah,
Oprah.
he was what was it? OWN?
Yeah.
Yeah.
OWN.
OWN or whatever you want
Well,
to
he
call it.
actually left her, and that was his best friend.
Yeah.
Go to be but he got more shows. He got a bunch of shows on BET. Ruthless. House of Pain.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's doing all right.
Doing very well. He's doing
Very well.
very well.
He ain't worrying about this writer market because he writes his own stuff anyway.
Exactly. I was just going to mention that.
That is true.
I was going to mention
true.
that.
Gary, remember I said we have to create our own lane.
That's right. You have to.
Tyler did that. We have to create our own lane. Come together, create it.
Yes.
Ain't no reason why we can't. You know, we gifted. We know we can do it.
Mm-hmm.
You got to create your own, especially in this space.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to keep it holy, you can't bend with this industry because this industry is anything but holy.
There is some corruption on the horizon.
My goodness.
And it's getting there. It's getting there.
Mm-hmm.
Saying it ain't just starting either. It's like
It's always been.
Always been, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But I've never seen it quite like this though.
I know.
And you've been inside, way inside, so you know.
Oh,
but I mean, even when I was a youngin coming out of college, I wanted to be in entertainment. And there was no internet. That tells you how old I am. But like, I'm not willing to do that. Unless I was surrounded by people, like you said, Lena Horne, she was protected by her dad. I didn't have that kind of protection. And I wasn't willing to sell my soul, let's put it that way.
Well,
to make it.
We're the last of the baby boomers anyway, so we come from a whole different generation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, our parents wasn't playing that when we were growing up.
Right.
You're gonna go. She said, my mom used to say, look, either you're gonna come correct or you're not going at all.
Mm-hmm. I know that's right.
Yeah, we grew up with the stuff that they said, oh, you can't say shut up. And when I heard that, I said, why? Shut up wait, man. Shut up is a bad word. My mama said it all the time, and I was not traumatized by it. You know what I mean? It was like when the four of us were making noise, I said, shut up.
Yes.
You know, I was in school.
Yeah.
I'm walking down the hall going to my next class, right? And my one of my classmates I grew up with was in front of me. So this boy came by and hit her on the butt. And she turned around and slapped me.
I know that story.
I tried to break her neck. I slapped her back. And when I slapped her, the dean came out there talking about, I said, look, man, I ain't done nothing but, she slapped me, I slapped her back. But the boy hit on the butt was Robert Lake. He said, well, I'm going to give you a whooping. I said, well, I'm not taking a whooping for anything that I didn't do. Well, I may spare you. I said, you ain't got to do it. I'm gone. I walked out, dropped them books and walked right on out.
Okay.
You see, now, if that would have been my brother, my dad would have slapped him. Doing put a hand on a girl. I'm serious. That's how we broke. What you doing putting your hand on a girl? And he would tell him, He would have got him for doing that. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, Gary, I want to hear her music. I'm sorry, I want to hear Pat's music.
Okay. Well, we can definitely set that up right now if you want. We can go into that and come back and finish talking with our guest. I have the video ready to go. So, what you feel like, Pat? Pat, why don't you set it up for us? Tell us a little bit about going into it. I mean, how did you guys come together to put this video together, and who was all involved in it with you?
I had a great opportunity. Peter Enthrone is the name of the gentleman that produced it for me.
Okay, wait a minute. Let's adjust you again because we can barely hear you again. Let's see.
You just sit back.
Say something.
There you go. Now speak.
Now.
Okay.
There you go. And go to arm.
You good now.
Okay.
There we go.
Peter Angel is the man who produced it. He did the music and wrote the words for this song.
Okay.
And then I had a great opportunity to do the background with the Sweet Inspirations. Sweets? Y'all don't know the Sweets?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we got in that studio, boy, and we got to singing. That stuff was so good. I just had so much fun. And then we went to this theater called the El Rey Theater. I know you know that, Vaughn.
Yes, ma'am.
El Rey Theater. We performed there. And then we did a movie called This Time. And we were in the premiere in New York. And once again, we were together to do the song and to do the movie. So please be welcome with my great, great honor to present Pat Hodges and Love Revolution.
Well, all right.
All right.
Okay, everybody.
No.
I'm going to go ahead and set that
It ain't
up.
like you, Vaughn, but that's what folks like.
That's all right. Ain't no problem there.
Right.
All right. We'll set it up, and then we'll be right back. So y'all keep it locked right
Okay.
here on the Indie Live spot.
We're not going to be able to hear it, huh?
Yeah, if you can turn it up, well, if you want to turn it up here,
Oh, okay.
you can. All
But
right.
tell your assistant, I think Alexis, if she can bring it up on her phone, on her cell phone. If you have a cell phone nearby, just Google Gary Houston with an F and click the live video, and you'll be able to hear it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, got it. Okay, all right.
I don't know. Yeah. Okay.
All right, here we go, y'all. Keep it locked. We'll be
All
right
right.
back.
Your hands out there, draw, girl. I know you hear me knocking at your door. What I had to give is my love.
Men who are white, men who are black, must and will now join together, as never in the past, to let all the forces of divisiveness know that America shall not be ruled by the bullet, but only by the ballot of free and of just men.
I'm here today to declare a war against hate. I'm asking each and every one of you to come on board before it's too late. Cause you know there's a power within every one of us here and now. It's time to open your heart and let the loving start. The Spirit's gonna show you how. That's what we need. Is a revolution to put love back in our hearts. That's what we need. Is a love revolution to put love back in our hearts.
right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we are back, and wow, that was awesome. That
I'm
was
still dancing.
awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we are back, and
It
wow.
makes you want to dance. I like it though because it makes you want to dance. Makes you want to move. I love that track. I like it though because it makes you want to dance. Makes you want to.
All right. Well, somebody has it still turned up. We need,
That was me. That was me.
oh, okay. Okay.
That's
Yeah,
why
I just got
to
back
turn-
in here.
Yeah.
I had to turn our volume down so I can hear it right on mine. I'm like, okay, Mac done turned it up.
Hell, you talking about need a resolution? We need one right now. We need
Yeah.
an operation.
We use one right now or what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we could.
Let
Yeah,
me read a couple of comments to you. JC Smith says, always got to have at least one track like this in your live show. Leave them thinking. And he said, love it. Powerful, Gia said, powerful song and video. And I totally agree with that. I didn't know it was going to be that powerful. It really is powerful. Algie Williams said, very soul stirring. Yeah. And Marilyn Ford said, I hear the message. It is still needed today.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That part. I agree. So, well, congratulations.
Thank you. Wow.
Congratulations on that. When I heard the beginning, because I turned down the volume here so I could hear it on my phone. See, I do that as well. And I heard the speech at the beginning. I said, oh, that's Nida. Okay, that speech sounds familiar. And I love how you took history and brought it to current in the video. And the lyrics are powerful. And how many more have you done like this? Is this your only release current, in your
This
current
is my
project?
only release, record-wise. Yeah, this is my only release record-wise. Yeah.
Okay, when is the next
We're
one?
working on this, getting it on all of the, Spotify and all of the different ones. And YouTube has been the best. They have been the best and most consistent.
So is it all on the digital streaming platforms
Yeah,
like Spotify?
it's 20 of them. 20
Okay.
of them is actually on, and it's on those media sources.
Okay.
The most consistent has been YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably because you added imagery to the song.
Yeah.
And that makes the song even more powerful when you did that. Now, who put this video together? I'm like, gee, this is nice.
Andre.
Andre did this?
Andre.
Good job, Andre.
It was somebody he used. I can't think of the guy's name. But
Okay.
Andre, and we picked different spots, different, like George Floyd and stuff like that. We just went to the internet and picked out different things that should be, generate the song and identify the song. And there's one part in there where a little black boy, and a little white boy are running to each other.
Yes.
I love that video.
Love that. That's my favorite.
Yes. Man. I love that.
Oh, wow.
Isn't it amazing that video, out of all the great divisions that we've had because of the color of your skin, race, culture, whatever, that we really want what those two little boys have.
Yeah.
All day long.
Yeah.
All day long.
That's what we really want.
Yes.
But as Vonnie explained, there's a dark, you didn't say cloud, but there is a thick darkness.
Yeah,
that,
there is. Yeah, absolutely.
That there's something that's, but
ominous.
Like yeah, exactly. And sometimes we can't get past that. And even on social media, I have this thing, if I don't like what you post, I keep scrolling. But there's some people that stop and create messy comments, hateful. It's just like, why do you get joy out of that? You have to ask yourself that. Why does that make you feel good?
Right.
to do that to people. You know what I mean? And it's
bring down the good stuff.
Yeah.
Criticize and
critical spirit, as we call them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say.
I don't say, oh, go ahead, Vaughn.
I was going to say a year. It'll be a year in August. No, it was in September when I went to a symposium that was done by a group of people in Mississippi. They do a B.B. King celebration every year to recognize his success and his wonderful music.
Yeah.
And it was on his birthday, and they had a symposium about protest music and the blues during the civil rights movement. And it was very, very, very engrossing. I tell you, I mean, I met a guy who has been the mayor of a small town in Mississippi for the last 30 years. And he's, very humble black man. He did a presentation at the symposium. And, I asked him, I said, well, how do you become the mayor of a town for 30 plus years? And he said, there wasn't nobody else running. So,
wow.
Was this
no, it wasn't Mayberry now. But it was a little town close to Greenville. And so the gentleman that put it on is a marvelous blues musician. His name is Dr. Alfonso Sanders. And Dr. Sanders is a very, very engaging and just his personality is so warm and open, and he just sounds like he's just having a good time everywhere he goes.
Yeah.
But he can get serious now.
Yeah.
But he's got that personality that you gravitate toward.
Right.
And I got into the symposium. I was on a panel discussion with a couple of other people. And I explained to them that when during the George Floyd protests in all the cities across America and around the world, the only thing that bothered me was that there was no protest music. The streets were silent. And I couldn't imagine growing up in the 1960s without that music pushing us and keep pushing us until, we did what we had to do. Yeah. I was a little boy then, but the fact of the matter is, I saw it.
Right.
I saw it. That music was extremely instrumental to us moving forward and getting what we were demanding.
That's right.
And so, if there was a way that we could get back to that, but then again, I have to look at what the recording industry is allowing, what they're not allowing these musicians to do.
Oh, that's a good point.
You better
and
preach.
It's horrible. It's absolutely
horrible.
Yes.
It's
Don't we need another Motown, Vaughn?
You know what? It doesn't matter. If these artists have that, if the artist has that voice, if the artist has that artistic desire and fire within them, and I know, Joyce, it's in you. Yeah. I know it's in you. It's in Gary. We need to step out of the box. If we see something, say something.
Yeah.
That's the attitude we have to take, because that's what our ancestors did.
Yes.
At a certain point, it doesn't matter if you see death is coming to you. No, we should have no fear.
And that's how they
We
work.
shouldn't have any fear. We need to step out there outside the box and say, this is wrong.
Right.
I think about, as a kid, I'm thinking about Edwin Starr during war. I think about Marvin talking about, I think What's Going On is the greatest album in the history of the music industry. It's a prophetic album that still has lasted and is still talking about the same thing that has been going on for the last 50, 60 years.
Well,
so, it's incredible to me. But I don't know. I mean, we're too much concerned about that money. And, we've forgotten, or we got a couple of generations who just have come on board that don't care. They done made it. They figured, like, I made it. Why should anybody else be bothered? But I didn't come from that point. I didn't come from there,
Right.
And I think anybody that's sitting on this Zoom call, we didn't come from there. We didn't care. I mean, we cared. We literally cared. You know.
Yeah. And even as what I know when I was young in the 60s, or well, I wasn't quite in school yet. I was a baby, but it was in the South. We were late integrating, and I still remember like it was yesterday, that first day of integration. And what's amazing is that if I give my story, the people who were in a class with me probably say, I don't remember that. Things impact people differently.
Right.
I'm sorry, say it again, Pat.
Because it wasn't for them.
I remember things, and I've shared it on the air. People already heard about how I had to hear the N word in class, and I was from the teacher, and I was the only one that went, okay. And was bold. What was I in the 7th grade? And at that time, I didn't realize. I'm like, I was in 7th grade. What made me stand up to these grown people who really were in power over me? And when she kicked, long story short, when she kicked me out, I went to the principal all bold. This is what happened. Now what? Go ahead, call my mama, because I know I'm right.
Call my mama.
Call my mama. Oh no, we don't. But I think about that we, Vaughn, that we as little babies, we were standing up for our rights, and with our parents too afraid to even come to school.
Wow.
Sometimes. Now they would come, but it was a very sensitive, people understand it was a very sensitive time. Our children don't have a clue. They started that way. They spent time together. But for us, it was not that way.
Right.
And
well, I can tell you.
All pull our skin back, we could all see all our blood is red. And we could be like those 2 little boys, coming and embracing and then hugging each other.
Yeah.
But until that time.
Yeah.
I can sit back and tell you, when, like I said, I was speaking earlier, I told my parents about it. They went to the school, and I drug me up there. I said, look, this is just the bottom line. Something I didn't do, you're not going to spank me. So I'm through. And I looked at my parents, and they just shook his head. Y'all not going to do that? Something that he did not do. We walked out of there. I left and went to New York and finished school up there. So, I'm militant anyway, so
No.
I am.
No. You can't be.
I'ma actually say what's on my mind. I don't have a problem with it.
And you gotta understand, other people don't have a problem with saying what's on their mind right back at you.
That'd be on them. But I'm not gonna let anyone talk to me like I'm a child and I'm not a man or a human being. You can't talk to me like that.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not no Bubba. I'm not a Bubba. If in my name, don't call me Bubba.
Thanks, Chris.
Chris.
A lot of people call you buddy. Shit. I'm not no rabbit. I'm not. I ain't gonna run and eat shit. I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
Right. Now, Gary, how do we get back to this?
I mean, I didn't mean to derail the whole conversation, but
No, that's not you. It's Ray Ray. He wants to say what's on the mind.
Got Ray fired up.
Got him,
yeah. Trying to tell people he's militant. Who's surprised?
I worked for the government 31 years. They pissed me off. I let them know I let them know my mind. They tell them to fire me or give me some time off. Hell. Next thing they know, I done never got me another job. I ain't got to put up with you.
With you?
I ain't got to put up with them.
You understand?
So, well, Pat, I know you said you've done stage plays. Have you done movies? And if not, are you interested in taking it to not that level? They're all on the same level, in my opinion. But a new venture. Would you like to do movies?
Well, I've done a couple of movies,
Yeah.
and I've done quite a bit of television in the earlier days. I was still in the group, but I was trying to make my own way in my life, and so I did some television, and I did. I think I did. Was it two movies? I did a movie called L.A. Riot, and it was talking about the riot with the Can We All Just Get Along?
Oh yeah, Rodney King.
The Rodney King riot.
Yeah.
Right. And so I did a couple of things. I've always been one to kind of venture out. I try not to stay.
Oh, sit back.
Oh, while we were apart, the girls and I did Princess Cruise, and so that was fun. We went to the Bahamas. We went to Alaska. We went to Mexico. Yeah, we went to Mexico. But so
What is that like?
I always try. Huh?
What is that like traveling to other countries? Wait, Matt, what?
All you have to do is go to Tijuana. You're right there.
Right. In LA, yeah, you drive to Tijuana.
I know, right?
Yeah, yeah.
We went to Cabo St. Lucas on the ship. I loved it. It was one of my best gigs.
What did you love about it? What was it about it that you?
Well, I did 2 production shows with the other kids. The other kids had to work and do the guests and everything, but I didn't have to. I could just cruise. So I did 2 production shows, and then I did my own show in the big auditorium, in the big auditorium. They were big. Those studios were. I mean, those arenas were big. They were huge on that shit. You'd be surprised. I mean, people could get in there.
Yeah.
So it was just. So most of the time was cruising, for abusing, and I loved the shit. Princess Cruising.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Let me ask you this question, Pat.
Oh, here we go.
Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Go on, Ray. What you got?
What you said? Let me ask you this question. You're ready.
Even by looking at that and the talking, you got a little militant in you too, huh?
Well, yeah, I had to.
Yeah.
She's from Compton.
I'm dark skinned.
She's from Compton. What do you expect?
You understand? I didn't take no mess. I also worked for Universal.
Okay.
They had the Blues Brothers at Universal, and I played Aretha in the Blues Brothers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a live show. We did I worked like 5 days a week, and we did like 5 shows a day.
Wow.
Yeah, and so and to me that was some of my I had the strongest voice because we were outside in all kinds of weather. I just felt like my voice was so strong, and I couldn't believe I was still singing like that out there. It was weird, but Universal was good to me. I really enjoyed Universal.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
Well, while I was listening to your Love Revolution, I thought, here's some Patti LaBelle up in there. Has anybody ever said you and Patti LaBelle sound alike?
Patti LaBelle.
She did?
Patti. Yeah.
See? I'm not crazy then.
No, we did a choir thing with Patti at the Pacific Palisades, and I was in the choir. And so Oliver Hodges James Smith was down front, in front of the choir. with Patty, right? And so it came to a part where she would give the microphone to somebody. You know, she'd be singing the song, I think it was Friends. You are my friend, that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so she was walking the stage, past the
Put back some.
gave me the mic.
Back up.
Back
Because I don't want to miss anything. Back up.
Back up. Oh,
there you go.
Yeah. I got it. Here come the arm. And so Patty was singing "You Are My Friend," that one. So she walked past Jessica, she walked past Anita, and she gave me the microphone to finish leading the song. I almost peed in my pants.
Wow.
And I sang and I started singing, and they were people clapping and cheering and everything. I was like elated. She was like, "Oh my God, this is Patti LaBelle."
Wow.
I'm singing with Patti LaBelle. So I've had a couple of shows like that. That was cool. She was just great.
And that's when she said, "You sound like me."
No, she didn't really. She didn't.
Just said that. But the thing is, I do hear it though when I was listening. Your voice is amazing.
Well, it was enough. It was enough that Patty came and gave you the mic.
Gave me the mic. That's what I was.
She
like,
heard you.
Oh.
You heard it.
She heard you.
Her middle name is Louise. Like my name was Louise. Patricia Louise, and her name was Patty Patricia Louise.
What?
Yeah, I said, girl, we got the same name. Just talk and laugh. We had a good time together.
That's good. She looks like the type of person that's so down to earth.
Real. She's real.
Yeah.
No
I love
fake
that.
nowhere in her.
See? And that's how she performs on stage when she kicks those heels off. I'm like, I got enough to eat. I like the time she forgot her own lyrics. She's like, okay, y'all sing it, because
we have that in common. I'm always forgetting my lyrics.
You know what? Thank you for saying that, because we, cover artists, I call us, we cover other people's songs. I'm more an instrumentalist first. But when I sing a little bit, I'm like, y'all don't know how y'all memorize all these lyrics.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's definitely a lot.
It's like, what was one song I was gonna memorize all the lyrics to by the Isley Brothers? "For the Love of You," and I'm like, they got too many lyrics up in this song. They're like huge groups of lyrics. They're on and on. As opposed to, yeah, it's just on and on. But back in the day, like, I was listening to Ella Fitzgerald, a couple of her songs, and their songs lasted 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a lot of lyrics.
Yeah.
Well,
those were some short songs back then.
Yeah. Now the average is 4 minutes, around 4 minutes, give or take. And then you went, I think in the 70s, you went through an era where they were doing 7-minute songs.
During the dance era. In disco. Those songs could last 10 minutes.
Yes, they used to have those, those big 12-inch single hits. Yeah.
That's right, G.
I gotta tell you, you're lucky you didn't have too many lyrics with a Coltrane song, because you're gonna sing for 20 minutes.
But those were improv. Most of that was instrumental improv.
It's instrumental, yeah. Oh yeah. I get that, but Lord have mercy. Can you imagine?
Well, that's what my neighbor said. He said, "Well, Joyce, I went to a jazz club and they were doing, straight ahead jazz." He said, "But those songs last too long. Everybody's soloing."
Everybody had a solo.
So
even Drumming.
Huh?
Drumming me had a solo.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's one of the things that we have to be aware of when we're performing. Because, I hear a lot of people, "I don't know why people don't like jazz." Or they'll say, "I don't know why black people don't like jazz anymore." So it's not that. I said, music keeps evolving.
Yeah.
Whether it's classical music, if you go back and study music all the way back to the Gregorian chant or medieval Renaissance, music, you can't stop music from evolving. So I find some people say, well, this is real music. No, this is real music. I said it's all real music. I mean, I don't like squash, but it's still real vegetable.
Yeah, I hear you.
So I think we just have to loosen up about music and understand that it's an art form that will never stay the same. Because you took Love Revolution, you gave it some, some grit, and it's celebrating, and it's addressing some issues that we still need to resolve. And I like that because that, I'm like Vaughn, I miss that music from War to Marvin Gaye and others who would address these things in such a way that was a peaceful way, but a soulful way that would appeal to, And now, I mean, we don't always have to fight to, to express how we're feeling. Music is very powerful. If they don't ban what we put out there.
The first thing the government say first thing they would say during the protesting time, boy, that music, boy, I'm just so radical, they need to take it off the radio. This is our government. Oh, just bringing the more and more people out here to protesting and all that.
Well, saying what's going on, oh, mercy, mercy me, things ain't what they used to be, to me, is a peaceful way of protest. It's not pulling us to shoot and kill each other. That music can do that. And that's not...
The federal government think is, these protest songs is bringing more people out to protest, which they don't like.
Go ahead, Vaughn.
I was going to tell you, Joyce.
Yeah.
It's funny you should say that. Because that song is primarily about the environment, right? Yeah, so how about there was a weatherman on TV who was telling the truth about, because a couple of weeks ago, the Earth had its 3 hottest days all in 1 week than it's ever had in the history of weather, right? And being recorded. And the guy was telling about the truth about what was going on. Yes. How about he got death threats to quit his job?
Wow.
So, it gets to the point where I'm like you, like you said about your, posting something and somebody comes against you and give you a whole bunch of business about why you putting that on your page, and it's ridiculous. But they,
what was that?
It's my page, right, Pat?
Because it's my page.
Yes.
Absolutely.
What I want.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't have to ask permission from you.
And nobody asked him to come on your page and put that mess.
Like I told one guy, I made a suggestion to in a group. It's a local, my neighborhood group. And she said, what should I do or whatever? And I just gave a little comment. And he comes at me. And I replied, my comment was for the author of this post, not for you. In other words, people like to, it's like, really, you're entitled to opinion, but you don't always have to express it.
Right.
It's all the time. Well, I'm going to tell them, give them a piece of my, man, nobody want to hear you all the time. Yeah. But I know someone personally that will on purpose say something that's controversial on purpose so he can get them mad and come at each other. So it's like a movement. I can't remember the name of it. I saw it probably 20, 30 years ago, probably more like 30 years ago plus. And it was a racial divide in a small city, and the blacks on one side, the whites on one side, and it was getting heated, but it was started by 2 small groups, right? And one on the white side, black side, if you will. Well, what happened at the end of the movie, when they went into all-out war against each other, those 2 little groups who started it went inside the town and start, what's the word when you raid a town during war or a bad storm? Oh, what's that word? But anyway, they went inside the town and started stealing everything. So, and it was both the black and the white group. In other words, what I learned from that, who stands to benefit from a racial divide? Those two groups stood to benefit. They had a plan to raid the city.
Right.
While you over there, in other words, while you over there fighting, you're arguing on social media and you're coming at each other, blah, 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 blah. Well, there's a group out there said, good. While they're busy, let's steal. Let's steal. So there is I can't help but think that movie was trying to tell us something, that we're over here, you're over here on social media fighting each other and saying bad things, and you're doing exactly what whoever who started this, like in this movie, wants you to do. So these people stood to benefit by people on two races fighting each other. I mean, they were all out. They were ready to go to war, kill each other, everything. And it was outside the city. And they just went back in. Okay, cool. Let's go in and raid. And one person from the fight, I guess they discovered what they were doing and exposed them. So right now we need to expose what's happening. Why are we so divided? But and I think everybody's culture is beautiful, even if it's not my own. I remember a co-worker, she was having an Egyptian wedding, and I wanted to go so badly because I wanted to see her culture. I played at an Indian wedding. If that was not the most beautiful culture I've ever seen. The women were adorned in color and beautiful. I'm telling you, it was the most gorgeous thing I'd ever seen. And what I loved is that I think the man was Indian, the woman was white, and do you know she dressed in Indian attire as her wedding? See, it can work, y'all. It can work. But so I guess what I'm saying is stay balanced while you're still addressing the issue. Just understand that there might be an underlying cause where they're benefiting from us going at each other. So let's have a love revolution.
Love revolution.
Let's have a love revolution.
That's right.
And let's expose those who are, taking us for granted, or taking advantage rather.
So before we get out of time, what's next for Pat Hodges?
Well, I'd like to get this show off the ground and make it all the way across to New York, to Broadway. That's my big dream right now.
All right.
Oh, that's exciting.
But you definitely gonna take it on the road, aren't you?
Oh yeah. Chicago, Detroit,
Dallas.
Ray, I got to come to Dallas now. I got to come to Dallas, Ray.
I know you do.
And you got to come to
Atlanta.
You got to come to Atlanta.
Got to come to Atlanta.
Yeah, Dallas. Come to Dallas.
And to come to Dallas. Yeah, got to come to Dallas. Ray, aren't you in Dallas?
Am I what?
Are you in Dallas?
He's in Fort Worth.
I'm in
Which is
Fort
next to Dallas. Yeah,
Okay.
but Dallas, Fort Worth are next to each other.
Yeah, in Twin Cities.
Yeah, I like Twin City.
Yeah.
So if you come to Dallas or Fort Worth, we can both be there.
Okay.
It's a little drive for me.
A little drive for Gary. Don't take me about 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I would drive. I'll definitely drive down there for that, for sure.
Yeah, that would. You're talking about the stage play with all the great women, right?
Yes.
I want to see that. I'll probably cry in the middle of it. It'll be so. You know what I mean? Stuff like that make me cry sometimes.
There will be parts where you will cry.
Yeah.
So when you gonna start taking this on tour, Pat?
I hear September.
Yeah, that's what she said. Yeah.
September.
Remember, Mac, you're a hookup for her. Help her out.
Well, Gary
And
got
this is with
you gotta. I know they see that I think it's called the Britain, where we gonna do it at the Arts and Letters. It seats probably 1,800 people.
And there's also a theater in Fort Worth that seats about 3,000. I think 3,000.
Which
I
one's that?
played there. King Isis Theater. That's
who we're shooting for, at least not less than 1,000. The theater.
Okay. So there are two in our area that would be perfect for you. So is this with what's his name? Stevenson, Mickey?
Yes, he
Yeah.
wrote it.
Yes, that's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
So just let him know when he's ready. We can make some suggestions on who he can contact. But I think that's a
I can give you a phone number. You can contact Curtis King. I have his phone number.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I know the manager of Isis Theater as
You know,
well.
when we go off there, I'll give you his phone number and everything.
But I'd love to see you do that out here. That would be a phenomenal stage play. Oh,
Oh, thank
just,
you.
just
I
yeah.
look forward to it. It's just
Mhm.
ask God to bless it and to open doors, that we can't even see. Open those doors, Lord, because we will walk through them.
All right now. Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Do it.
But like I said, you bring something out here like that,
Mm.
be historic because people don't know anything. A lot of them don't even know about Josephine Baker,
Right.
Lena Horne. Shit,
The banana lady.
I'm surprised a lot of people didn't know Sam Cooke sung gospel.
Right. They didn't know.
They
that he
didn't
was
know.
really right. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like Pat said, all of them came from gospel.
Yes, true. True. But see, a lot of people didn't know that.
Yeah.
Then you turn around and say, after he left, the song said, who came in? Who came in? Johnny Taylor took his place.
Oh, is it time to go, Pat? I see you looking at Alexis.
Well,
yeah, she's telling me, hey, now look at him.
Oh, she sounded like Mac.
Yeah. Well, it is about that time,
ride or
though.
die.
It is
She
about
my
that
ride or
time.
die.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Chi. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I was just saying.
Inspiration in my heart. She's supported me, she takes good care of me.
So,
Beautiful.
Yeah.
If you could see this face, you would not think that what else. You can see her face right now. Yeah, well, come on, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
we'll wrap it
we're
up.
getting
Go
ready to
ahead,
wrap it up. So we just want to thank you so much for spending time with us today. We enjoyed you so much and enjoyed talking
I
with
have
you.
enjoyed y'all. Y'all are funny.
All right. Well, we're glad you enjoyed the conversation, and we wish nothing but the best for you on everything that you have, going forward, and we just, all of our guests, when we bring them on the show, we consider them almost like family. So you're part of the family now, and we definitely invite you to come back anytime. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Gary. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I love y'all.
Love you too.
Love you.
It was such
Love
a
you more.
great. Oh, I love this interview. I like talking myself.
Anything you
All
would like?
right,
Anything
we're
that you?
signing on.
Yeah, I was gonna say anything you like
May
to
God
say.
bless you and keep you, and keep doors opening for you,
Thank you.
and keep doors opening for GHP.
Thank you so much.
Man.
All right.
Stay on after we sign off and everything stands so I can give you that phone number.
Okay.
But Alexis says she has to go.
Yeah.
Mac.
No,
Her son said she has to go.
She'll take the number as you give it.
Just put it in the chat, and then Alexis can grab it so she can go. You know what I mean? We want you to come back, Pat.
I will. I'd love to.
All right, Gary can give it to Andre or something like that. But anyway, do you want us to wrap it up, Gary?
Yeah, it's that time. Yeah, we only got 5 minutes.
Well, okay, I'm going to read through the thank you to the people in the chat line real quick. I'm going to say your names quickly.
Okay.
And I appreciate you guys being here, and I appreciate everybody who listening and not in the chat as well. But thank all of you for being here when we interviewed Pat Hodges, John and Cynthia Taylor. Happy anniversary again. Jessica Single from Africa. Hey, sister, hi. Algie Williams, he's a gospel artist. Colleen, Keith Lee, Gia Hyatt, Marilyn Ford, Keith Gilchrist, John Frazier, Henry Mixon, J.C. Smith, Yvonne J., Cynthia Adams, Costella, Fred Walker, Yulia and David McLaurin. Thank you so much. What a blessing to have you here today, Pat. Appreciate you so much. I'll make sure you heard our music's on Spotify and all the major digital platforms.
Yes.
Go and follow her accounts. Go and add her music to your playlist. Share her music. Let's get this out there. The love revolution. That's what we need to get out there. So y'all do that, and I'll see you next Saturday. Mac, next, and Vaughn, I guess.
Well, I'll go ahead. But Pat, it's been our pleasure having you on the show, and I'm glad you enjoyed what we do.
I do. Thank you.
And I want to get you hooked up with the arts and letters so you can bring that. I want to see that in my damn self.
Okay.
And we want to see that one.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. And that's basically all I have to say. See you later. Bye.
All right.
Vaughn.
Pat,
my Compton brother.
I know. You look. You my auntie. You my auntie, man. And I appreciate you coming on today. I'm glad. I love it when Gary invites me to these things, and I get a chance to meet all of these great artists that comes on his show, and it just falls into what I really love doing. I get to know people. I get to talk about their art, their commitment to it, their passion, and it just inspires me to keep moving forward.
Right, keep moving.
That's what it takes.
Yes.
But thank you. Bless you, darling.
Bless you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. So long. And next week, be sure to tune in. We have scheduled comedian Sandra Slade and a special video release from Gino Goss. So definitely tune in next week. That'll be a great fun show. And again, thank you, Pat, for being here with us. We love you. And I love everybody else. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Have a safe weekend.
Here come the arm.
Stay cool, everybody.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Walking alone. After a brief encounter, baby, I'm drawn up to the magic in your eyes, beyond the hesitation. You wonder if you're ready to open your heart. You can have the best of things, sweetheart. At times it's not so easy to let new love in. No, we're so afraid the hurt will